Hello, today I'm going to review the Luke Skywalker and Grogu pack from Star Wars The Black Series. So the first thing you'll probably notice is that this is based off the Luke Skywalker design in The Mandalorian, with the black robes and the Mark Hamill design that we all know and love. The face sculpt and print on this one is really good, I'd say. I think it really looks like him. And the hair detail, I think, is really good as well. As you can see, you can about just see every little strand of hair. The detail on his Jedi robes is really good as well, I'd say. You can see like the little belt tie, I don't know what it is exactly, going around it, and that looks really realistic, I'd say. And you can see all the seams going down in the robe, just like it would in real life. I also like that you can see all the wrinkles on his arms, and you can also see that in the legs. And then his boots are also very detailed, and the joints in the feet are actually really stiff as well, like they should be, so it makes them easier to stand up. This isn't on level ground right now, which is why he's not able to stand. I'll fix that later though. But I will say the posability on this figure feels like it's just the right amount of stiff. Like he'll hold his pose and his legs will hold their poses just like I want from one of these figures. As for joints, he has a joint in the head that bends around like that. He has joints in his shoulders, in the elbows. Hang on, I can get that to fold out. He has joints in the wrists. Same thing goes for the other arm. He even has the prosthetic hand on that arm, which I like. He has joints in his hips around right here. He has joints in the top of his legs, in the knees, and in the feet. So he has a lot of good articulation, I'd say. As for Luke's lightsaber, I think it looks really good as well. You can see it has like the chrome detailing on it with the handle and all that. I think it looks really good. It looks like a real lightsaber. And the laser on it, not the laser, the light coming from the lightsaber, the blade itself looks really good as well. And as you may notice in some of my more recent videos, I have better lighting, so I want to try something out on his lightsaber. Oops, he fell. Hang on. I'll get him to stand up. Okay, he will stand up eventually. As I say, this isn't because of the figure. I don't have this on level ground. I need to fix that. Okay, anyway, I just want to test out the lightsaber with different colored lights, because I can do that now. So let's see what that would look like. It's not dark enough in this room to really do anything like this. There's a window behind me, so yeah, that doesn't help. You can kind of see how that would react to the lightsaber though. This may not matter. This was just a cool little experiment for me. I just wanted to see what it would look like with the different colored lights. So anyway, as I said, I think the Luke Skywalker figure in this is very good. And I would compare it to a different Luke figure if I had one, but this is actually my first Luke Skywalker figure, so I don't have anything to compare it to. But I'd say this is a really good figure. And now I'll move on to Grogu. The Grogu included with this looks really good as well, I'd say. And he has a good amount of articulation for what he is. He has some articulation in his head. I don't want to break it though, I know it's there. You can kind of see it start to wiggle. I don't want to end up breaking the joint though. He has articulation in his arms. They can move up and down and even out a little bit. Just a little bit though. And that's really it on his articulation. It's still pretty good for the size though, because as you can see, he's absolutely tiny. Hang on, why won't the camera focus? Okay, there we go. Yeah, really tiny. And I gotta focus that camera again. This camera doesn't focus very good when I get things close up or far away. But right here you can see he has lots of detail in the fabric, and the detail on the head and the hands looks pretty good as well, I'd say. And around the back, you can see he even has a little bit of hair like he does in the show. If I get this really close, I don't even know if the camera can handle me getting something this close though. Okay, I'm trying to. I don't know if you can see that or not. There's like little bitty strands of hair though. It's kind of cool that they added that detail. But anyway, that's everything for Grogu. And I think he is a very good figure as well. Grogu also comes with a lightsaber of his own, but you can't really put it into his hands, so it's kind of a missed opportunity. I kind of wish there was like a peg or something that you could use, but there's not, so you can kind of just prop it into his arm maybe if you could get that to balance, but that's really it. This also comes with something for Luke Skywalker to put Grogu in when he carries him on his back. And if you're anything like me and have this figure, I did not know how to put that onto his back, and I was trying to raise up his arms and slide it over them, but I finally figured out that there's a peg right here that you pull out and that will go over him, and then I can put Grogu into it. Getting the backpack piece onto Luke is about the hardest thing I've ever had to do on any of these figures, and it still has a big gap right there. It's way too tight when you tried to latch that across, so that's kind of a complaint for me. If it just had a little bit more slack, I think it would be easier to attach, but it's not too big of a problem. But anyway, you can see you can put Grogu in the back right here, and Luke can carry him around like he did in the show. So I think that is very cool. Some of the stuff included with this is this little box that opens up, and you can find Grogu's lightsaber hilt. This is an extra one that it comes with, so you get 2 of these. You get the little ball that they always train with in Star Wars, and it has a little peg where you can attach a clear piece to it, and I'll show what that does here in a second. You get the little present that the Mandalorian brought Grogu in the Book of Boba Fett. You get Grogu's little frog that he always tries to eat. You also get a rock, and it also includes some clear pieces and a little explosion. Last but not least, there's a stand and Grogu's lightsaber. You can stick the trainer ball onto the little clear stand to make it look like it's flying. It's also intended that you stick it on the end of this and have the explosion look like it's coming out of the rock. But my problem with it is, you see the stand right here? When I stick that in where it's supposed to go, it will not stay no matter what. Even in the other hole, it does that as well. If you see right here, it's just not gonna work. So I don't know if that's a defect in mine or if it's like this for everybody. Anyway, I'd say this is a really good figure pack, but my only problem with it, or my big problem with it, is the price for what you get. I think it could have done without all the accessories, or maybe just included 1 or 2, and then just included the 2 figures and made it about $30 or $35, but I think they just included all the accessories to make the price a little higher. But other than that, I do think this is a good way to get Luke Skywalker and Grogu. And if you haven't gotten Grogu or Luke Skywalker in any other way, I think this is the best way to get both of them. So anyway, thank you for watching, and goodbye.